To give you a fatal.
I like how you like self-critique your own work, like as you're going, and you do it seamlessly, critiquing yourself. You are your own narrator. Uh-huh.
Merrily
Nar- Narration aside, I dare you to be more vague.
Oh, me. Hi. Hi. Yeah, that's me. I'm Lauren. Hi. How you doing? You're looking good. Hey, internet. Yeah. Uh, I'm playing. Oh, for sure. People have just been awful today at work. So I'll be playing Miradar, a half-orc female, draconic sorcerer. She has a mark of finding, House Thrashk. I still feel like I'm saying that wrong. And I work for the Globe Information Agency, and it's my first real case. Super excited. Sorry, I don't remember what my voice sounded like last time. Derek.
I am Derek, and I play Nyspora, a Dragonborn paladin. The Not much else to say right now at this. So, Kevin.
I'm Kevin. I play Yuri Losho. I am a necromancer wizard from Karnath. Searching for mortality. Don't mind me. Doing my.
Yep, and that would Katie is not here today, unfortunately, so that just leaves me. And I will be attempting to run this this Eberron campaign. And we'll see how that goes. I'm probably the least experienced DM we've had on taking a night for a while, but I'm gonna do my best. So we will
Until we
pick it
can
up.
convince Jess to DM.
So we're going to pick it up right where we left off last time. The group came together. Everyone was sort of led towards this one house down in Lower Dura. They are all in Sharn, the City of Towers, a large vertical city made of magically stacked towers, basically, that goes up thousands of feet. They're currently near the bottom of it. To the point where you can't even see the sky. And they are in a district called the Gates of Gold, which is one of the worst slums. Yuri had sort of gathered this group of mercenaries here, investigating an excerpt of the draconic prophecies he had been provided by a mysterious benefactor that read, "If 5 fight as 1 in the House of the Dragon, the path to the everlasting throne will be revealed." And they bumped into Miradar on the way, who was investigating some murders that happened in a nearby district. They came upon this small little house where they found Anna had been trapped in one of the upstairs rooms. Making their way through the house, after forcing their way in, they had a battle with 2 thugs and a displacer beast in the upstairs area. They had been posing as members of Tarkanan, and claimed that they were being paid 10 gold pieces a head for people bearing aberrant dragon marks. And that is pretty much where we stopped last time. You guys managed to take both thugs alive, and the Displacer Beast. Displacer Beast is currently unconscious. The man is conscious, and the woman went down to a sleep spell. Now, I believe we ended last time with you guys tying them up, and you were going to move from there. Miradar, I think you said that you were going to tie up the woman while she was asleep, or was that someone else that said that?
Oh, I totally said I was gonna do that. Yes.
Okay. Why don't you roll an investigation check while you're doing that?
Cool. Investigation. Ooh, not that bad. 7.
Okay. So she's just sort of waking up, and she's groggy from that sleep spell. It only lasts a minute, so you had a little bit of time here to get her tied up before she starts struggling, and she seems very angry now that she's awake. The weapon that she had, it looks sort of like a club with like a steel ring around the end of it. You think you recognize what it is. It looks like it's an imbued wood focus. It's a minor magical item that's made out of a certain type of wood that will affect one specific type of elemental spell. In this case, it's lightning spells. She dropped that when she went to sleep. It's lying on the ground next to her. I mean, you sort of kick it out of the way before she can grab it.
Oh yeah.
But otherwise, you're able to tie her up without much incident. While this is happening, what's everyone else up to? Just to set the stage again for the room that you guys left off in. This is the upstairs room. You went up the stairs from that first room, and there was a landing. You came in through with a large table with 4 chairs. There's a chest and a cabinet against the southern wall. And to the east, there were 2 doors, one of which Anna sort of destroyed coming out of, and the other one is where the Displacer Beast came out of.
I don't have any. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you can go.
I was say I don't have any, but they're looking at they're tying up those 2. Is anybody doing anything about the Displacer Beast?
Not yet. It's currently unconscious, but it's been ignored since Katie's character, whose name I forget, knocked it out.
Safari?
Yeah, I didn't bring up her character sheet because she wasn't here tonight. So
I don't have any rope, so I'll quickly look at everybody. Got anything to bind this up with? Because I guarantee you, when he wakes up, he's not going to be a happy individual.
I'd recommend the room over there where Anna was in.
That is not something I can.
Oh well, I'll take care of it. Take care of everything.
But you're being paid for it.
No, I will lift up the Displacer Beast, and I will walk it into the other room.
Okay. So walking into that second room there, the one that still has the door intact, it looks like it was a bedroom that's currently in a terrible state. There's a messy sleeping pallet in one corner, and then dried red bloodstains covering the wooden floor. Sort of across from the sleeping pallet is this nest of hay with a large chewed up bone sitting in it.
Well, this looks like it's home. That's where it's supposed to be. So I will put it on its sleeping pallet, and then I will go back. Is there there's a working door that I can?
There is a working door. There's no lock, but it's a working door.
Well, I'm fairly certain. Well, no, I can't speak because I don't know this place or anatomy. Because I'm fairly certain they can't open a door, but maybe one of those tentacles can kind of do that. So, I'm gonna just put it in there and shut the door, and then I'm gonna shut up so that Kevin can say what he's gonna say. Because
Okay.
I was just going to check on the woman who had been held captive.
Yes, that would be Anna.
Yeah,
Um,
she appears to be
she's
unconscious.
she is invisible. You heard her voice. You heard her voice, but you don't see her. She's invisible.
Oh,
yeah. She looks like she's in better condition than anything else in this house. Um, decently well dressed, I believe. Definitely enough to stick out in a slum like this. But otherwise, she seems uninjured.
Okay, and it was if I remember correctly, it was this woman that led us to this house. We saw her from outside.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I was gonna check up on her and with a start out like, are you okay? What's going on here?
So, boss, is as the contract states right now, you are currently in charge. What do you wish to do with that displacer beast or that creature, whatever?
If it looks like that room is equipped to hold it at least temporarily, toss it in there and don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, then that's what we'll do with it.
Make sure the door's closed.
Oh yeah, it's back there. The door is shut. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, yeah, nothing more. I was just trying to figure out what you wanted to do. So, I will go back to. I'll go downstairs and guard the front door. We don't want any visitors to come in until we're done dealing with this.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, you left the front door in not a great state when you bashed through it. It still opens and closes, but it doesn't really look like it wants to stay closed. So you can sit there and guard it for now. And as you go back down there and check out the damage that you did when you broke in, you glance up. I don't remember if you saw it when you were coming in or if it was just Miradar. Um, but right above the entrance to this house, right above the door frame, was this figure of a tarnished metal dragon, dark blue in color. So you sort of sit out there looking out the door. For now, everything is clear. There was no one here on the street when you got here, and there continues to be no one.
Well, I'm going to keep doing that. And let the others like deal with the questioning and everything because my job is to make sure things stay safe. That's really all I'm here for.
Okay. So upstairs, you guys have finished securing the displacer beast and tying up the two thugs. The strange woman Anna seems to be in good condition. What's your next move?
Well, kind of, and is the thing I'm curious about most right now. Mostly because I don't have anything that resembles a reason for you to have been kidnapped. Uh, did we know that they were selling off the dragon marks? Is that what we discovered?
That's what they told you guys. They said they were being
Okay.
offered 10 gold pieces a person they could hand over to these two people that would come to the house.
The
Okay.
guy was the only one talking so far. She hasn't said anything. The woman.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I can make some assumptions and go from there. So these two thought they could get about 10 gold pieces for you. I think that makes their fate yours. Well, there are things we can do with them. I am saying it's your decision.
Well,
You
I
were
can
the one that
certainly
was
do with
wrong.
justice.
Yeah, you were the one that was wronged here.
How did you come to be in their company?
Tarkanan. You were told to find someone from House Tarkanan, and these are the people that you ended up with.
Well, it's not really a house, so did you not know that ahead of time, or? And who told you to look for that specific house? Hmm. You've been definitely through a bit of trauma, and I don't want to poke any more than I should. But he is right, by the way. The fate is really in your hands. I certainly can bring them to justice. I do have a contract out on people being absconded with and then murdered, horribly, horrifically in the streets, which I think their displacer beast might be responsible for that.
The man speaks up at this point, from the corner that you guys have presumably stashed them in. And it's like, the murder's not us. We've never murdered anyone. Stole from people, a couple of times, but no murders. Definitely not us. Displacer beast, like I said, barely even mine. If it's been up to that, nothing to do with us. The woman sort of like tells him to shut up and just elbows him.
And what about the kidnapping? Are you claiming innocence there too?
And he's like, well, I mean, it wasn't really kidnapping. She came to us. She was looking for help, so we put her in a safe
And
place.
then
The slavery part that's about to happen, you sell them off. That's
Okay. They don't seem like slavers to me.
oh, so it's the same clientele that keep coming by for it.
you are familiar with slavers?
No, but this doesn't seem like that.
Doesn't it?
Please keep digging the hole that you're making for yourself.
If someone was looking for slaves, I think there would be a less dangerous type of slave than, the ones with the dragon marks. I don't know what they do with them, but it can't just be manual labor.
Did the people that were murdered, did they all have aberrant dragon marks?
You haven't actually seen any of the bodies yourself.
Okay.
But that was certainly not in any of the reports that you've seen.
But they wouldn't have, because they don't acknowledge it. It probably wouldn't be in the reports, right? Would I know that?
It's possible that they could have had marks and either not been discovered due to the damages or it was covered up, but there's no evidence either way.
Okay.
She's well within her rights to ask for your execution already.
Well, like I said, we've learned our lesson. You guys just let us go. We'll give you the money we got for the last 3.
Where's the money?
Well, I can't just tell you that. Then you won't let us go.
And I did find this funny little stick that apparently can do things.
I do have prestidigitation. I'm just gonna start some scary looking spirit magic going on in my hand.
Okay. Go ahead and make an intimidation check on that then.
That is a 9.
The guy looks over and he's like, okay, look, I get it. You got the magic. Okay, I saw it. Yeah, I realize there's nothing we can do. It's in the chest over there. Okay, just there's a hidden compartment in the top. Just pop it open.
I'll go pop open the chest.
Okay.
Making sure my face is not pointed towards it.
Die pack.
The chest is unlocked and it appears empty, but when you look at the lid, you find there is a compartment there. That does pop open, and there's a small pouch in it that contains 30 gold coins.
I'll take that. Give it to Anna. Their fate is still yours.
But weren't they extra cruel to you? Thanks. Jesus.
Isn't the penalty? Yeah, isn't the penalty for kidnapping death here?
Would I know that? I have no idea. I will have heard it.
It wouldn't be uncommon.
It definitely isn't Karnath. These guys would be zombies on the front by now.
Good thing I'm not there, because back home the penalty for taking stuff was we take something from you.
Yeah, I'm just.
Miradar. Yes, I'm perfectly happy, pinning it on them, unless they want to tell me of their friends that are causing probably the true crime of the day.
At this, the woman finally speaks up, and she says, "They're not our friends, and we don't even know who they are.
Yet you take their coin.
Yeah. Life is tough down here, okay? There's no job opportunities. We don't all have cushy salaries from our families. I see that dragon mark on your face. We've done what we had to do to survive down here in the slums, just like everyone else. All right. This elf offered us money to do a simple job. Nobody had to get hurt. We haven't hurt anyone. If they've been hurting them, tough. We haven't been doing that. The people come. There's 2 of them. Different people every time. They come and pick up the guys with the dragon marks, take them somewhere. That's all we know. We can sit around here and talk all night if you want, but that's as much as we can tell you.
When is the next pickup?
That's a good question. They've been late. Normally it's always within a day. We've had this woman for 2. We don't know why it's taking longer this time.
They'll meet you here? Is that the deal?
They meet us here. This is the house they provided for us.
And is it that they come through the front door? They come in from inside the house? I don't know,
They come in right through the front door. Nothing fancy.
The door is off the hinges. So, and a big dragon wood right there.
Currently, that door is 93% dragonborn.
Miradar, you could arrange for these guys to be arrested and in custody. Is that correct?
Oh, quite assuredly, yes, I can. I mean,
Get them off the street. we'll wait here for their contact to arrive.
I can certainly do. How about we
We
go
just
for a
need
walk?
we just need to be certain that they won't tip off their contacts. So having them arrested does that.
Mm.
If you don't want to have them executed, that's fine.
I mean, if you do want to,
Oh, I'd do
thinking
it.
that I'm playing along like good cop, bad cop, I'm like, well, if you want to take one of them, I mean, just to show that we
No,
mean good or not threats, we can certainly can do that. A little too giddy,
no, like
just
I
because I'm
don't
excited to threaten somebody.
I don't want to waste my time with them either. So
Mm.
if we're not killing them, we can at least just put them in jail for a while.
Well, this I can certainly do. I'm sure the Baron will be quite happy to have at least one foothold. And maybe I may have a family, but at least they love me enough to not leave me in the squalor and make
Okay, so
excuses.
Meridar, if you want to take these two into custody, you could take them back to the upper levels of the city. That would be a pretty decently long trip. You would head back to the one of these magical lift elevators and head up. The other option, if you wanted to get this done quickly and back to the house before anything else potentially happened, you have already been canvassing the precarious district, which is where the murders took place. You've spoken with the city watch there. There is a captain that you could turn these two in as persons of interest in the case that you're currently investigating, and they would basically hold them until you need them.
I guess would I roll an insight check to see did I trust them when I had my initial conversations with them? Because I know they were.
You could make an insight check on that,
Yeah.
sure.
Ooh, all right, 22.
Okay. Several of the guards, maybe even most of them, were definitely the kind that would take a bribe easily. You think that the fact that you are investigating for who you are and that you have this the pull of your finders organization behind you, you think it's unlikely that they would do anything too brash with these prisoners.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you wanted to be sure, a couple of copper coins would probably grease some palms.
Okay. Then I would do that just because it's closer.
Okay.
And then I would assume they would have a phone, whatever the magical equivalent of a phone is there. Will let the main office know, like, hey, these guys are down here.
Right. I don't think that you would find a sending stone
Oh, that's
very
exactly what I was thinking.
easily down here. But the guards, the watch can definitely hold these two until
Okay.
you are ready to do something with them.
They ought to have no visitors. Like I go in and think they cannot. They. I suggest to have them bound and gagged for some time. I mean, if they get hungry, all right. But they've been quite unsettling and awful. Could you do that? And then I'll give the guys a gold coin. I'll update, upgrade it a little bit just to make sure I
Okay.
get what I want done. I'm a little overzealous first.
Yeah, you walk them through the slums, and they're compliant at this point. You get them back to that watch captain that you debriefed before, and when you slip him that gold coin, it just immediately disappears into his pocket like it was never there. And he's like, "I'll make sure nobody gets to him. We'll hold him here until the Baron wants him, or the finders. You have my word on that."
Quite good. And please remind me your name. It's so lovely to see you. I already know his name, but I'll say that.
This is Watch Captain Vasta.
Vesta? Okay. And then I made sure that I really paid attention to the woman's voice, what she looked like, because I have disguised self, and I may make myself look like her to keep the thing going on. So I
Okay.
make sure that whole thing just.
So you've been paying a lot of attention to her specifically. Why don't you make a perception check?
Perception. It's gonna be terrible, guys. I'm rolling well today. Oh, 21. All right. Okay. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah, you could definitely copy her visage with the disguise self, no problem. As you're turning her in, however, one thing sticks out as suspicious to you. In her back pocket, there's a handkerchief that's higher quality than you would expect. Someone's in the club in the slums here. She's dirt poor. Clothing's in bad condition and all that. She's a little bit dirty herself, and she's got like this completely white, like silk handkerchief just sitting out of her back pocket.
We would have like gone through their stuff, wouldn't we? Pat them down and pulled their stuff out. We would have done.
We did mention it.
I did mention it, so no, it didn't happen. But I did see the handkerchief. I'll take that. No, I'm not retconning it. It's fine.
You can grab it now if you want.
Yeah, I was like, I suggest the next time you talk about my family, use this to dry your tears, because you will be in here for a very long time. And then drop it.
Clue.
Yeah.
She sneers at you and she says, "I'll be out within a week." I think it's my first time going in with the watch. And as that handkerchief drops down to the ground, you see it's got on it this design.
Ooh, snap. Ooh, I get something.
That you recognize immediately. It's this design of a griffin that you recognize immediately as the coat of arms of House Jarasco.
Oh, snap. Okay. Jarasco. Okay, they are not one of my enemies, so I'm okay with that. I'm just going back like, who did I choose that I did not like? And what are they known for again?
House Jarasco is a house made up of halflings. They have the mark of healing. They run basically hospitals, healing centers, that kind of thing. If you're sick and have a disease, you go to a house of healing, and as long as you have the fees, they can heal almost anything.
Except their own corruption.
So that done, I assume you're going to head back to the house in the slums.
Yeah, but also that's evidence now, so totally will take that thing. Now that I know there was an actual symbol.
Sure.
Never mind. You're not going to use it for tears.
Everyone else at the house. This whole exchange while you're waiting for Miradar, that's going to count as a short rest for Miradar as well. But if there's anything else you guys want to do in the house while you're getting this short rest, now's the time. Go for it.
I just want to give it a thorough search. I don't think we got all the information out of those guys. So I just want to see if there's anything left behind that would.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check then.
Also a 9.
You just giving the house a look over. You don't get too much more details than you did the first time coming in. The cabinet on the top floor, there's nothing on the shelves. On the bottom floor, there's this ratty-looking rug laid across the center of the room. There's a wooden table on top of it with 2 chairs on either side. There's a hooded lantern that sits on the table with the lid lowered. So it's producing just a very small amount of light. South wall to the right of the ruined front door, there's a wooden shelf. It's got a couple of items on it. There's bowls, utensils. There's a dust-covered sewing kit, pair of rotten leather shoes with a hole in the bottom, and then the pouch. If you go through the pouch, it's got 10 silver coins. North side of the wall, there's a fireplace with a fire burning that's providing most of the light in the room. Going through the room that Anna was locked in.
While I was checking out that room, the rug, anything under it?
You pull up that rug and there's nothing underneath it.
Okay.
That you can find. There's a back up in the room that Anna was being kept in. There's a very simple sleeping pallet against the wall. 2 barrels, one of which is sealed and the other one does not have a lid. It's got water in it. And there's a little pitcher and a bowl for her to get the water out of. But otherwise, there's nothing else in the room at all.
Nobody else examined the displacer beast room? I assume, people have been coming up and down the stairs to search the house, and I've been kind of watching the door. I go, I'm sorry, it kind of slipped my mind, but there was a lot of blood stains in that room where I dropped the beast.
Okay.
Don't know if that matters.
And there was a chewed bone. It definitely looked large enough to be a humanoid bone, not an animal bone.
It might matter enough that I'll wait for Mirador to return to search that room, particularly since there's a displacer beast locked up in there.
Anna, what about you? What are you doing now?
Well, I'm not local. I might be a little bit exotic for you.
Okay.
And I'm not people. I'm a giant lizard.
So you're kind of following them around, watching what they do. Why don't you roll a perception check as well? Okay. You're watching as Yuri sort of like investigates the house, walking through it, looking at everything, going over the shelves. And it's when he pulls back the rug and is looking underneath the rug, and you're like, oh, that's interesting. He's looking for things. There's nothing on the floor under the rug that you notice, but as you're looking around the room, trying to, see what he's looking for, you hone in on that fireplace, and it suddenly occurs to you that it's not generating any heat. The room is cold.
It's always cold in Karnak.
Oh, that's how you preserve your zombies long, right? You keep them slightly frozen.
It's just an icebox, like a morgue. Great.
It helps. It helps.
Okay. Yeah, you get closer to the fire, and there's definitely no warmth coming off of it at all. And when you stoop down to get a closer look at it, you can see that there's no back to the fireplace. It's like a small little tunnel that just sort of leads off to the north. Okay.
Was I in the room while that was happening, or had I already left?
I'm imagining that you just finished looking under the rug and are talking to Nispora about the room upstairs. And then you just look over and see her vanish into
Looking
the
it down an exit shaft. Okay.
Just
Goonie style. I love it.
one other thing, boss. Like when you do go back up there to explore that room, let me be first in, because if that beast is awake, I don't think you want to walk in.
Yeah, I'll do like one of these, like, hang on, like, and get distracted by her going into the fireplace. Like, why are you? Where are you going?
We just got you.
Well, clearly she just went right through the fireplace. She's fully been rescued. She's ready to go. So
Yeah, as she moves through, the fire itself is undisturbed, and it's clear now that that's some sort of illusionary enchantment that is producing light in the room, but is not actually a real fire.
So yeah, I'll go take a look, and, like, you know, if you give us a few minutes to wait, we'll go in there with you. Yeah, it's just like Mirador will be back soon.
And in the expediency of time, we're going to say it's about 5 minutes after that Mirador does show back up.
when you say a small tunnel, is it something that I'm going to be extremely uncomfortable trying to go through?
You would definitely have to get down on all fours. So if you are claustrophobic, you might be uncomfortable, yes.
Friends, I am home. No, anyone? But where did they go? Where did they just here? Oh, there you are.
You do, like, I'm still standing near the door.
Oh, you came in the door. Okay.
Well,
you followed
near
them
the
in because
door.
they said they went to the fireplace. So I misunderstood.
Yeah. Well, near the door, but when you come through, I'm like, did you at least break their jaws or something? Keep them from talking for now?
Well, it's kind of good. I didn't do that actually. But next time for sure. But I think you would like to have that fun, wouldn't you?
Well, no. The law is very simple where I'm from. If they had taken this woman, we would have taken at least a hand or an arm.
Well, if it's any consolation, we may get something bigger than that. And I show him the handkerchief with the griffin symbol. They happen to not be as dirty as they seem. Dirty in the sense of, corruption and things like that. But, bigger things we're going to be finding.
That makes no sense to me. Talk to boss. He'll know what
to
talk to that symbol.
Is there a Jurassico facility nearby?
Down here in the slums, it would be unlikely that there's any sort of Jurassico presence. Especially not in the Gates of Gold, no.
Okay.
So it's quite interesting. For a house of healing.
Yeah, I think that is a little bit out of place.
I'm all about taking down another house if I have to.
Now, Anna had found a tunnel through a fireplace with a fake fire in it. We were waiting for you to go explore that.
Well, I'm not part of your contract, so I think you were just waiting for me to go.
Courtesy. Assumed you were curious about it.
Of course I am.
Now, since there is a possibility that these people who are trying to pay for Anna will return while we're exploring that, I'm gonna direct Griff to go find some place to perch nearby and keep an eye on the door. He won't be able to tell me anything that's going on because I'll be out of range. But when I get back, I can get a report.
Okay.
So I assume you do want me to follow you.
Yeah.
Should I lead?
You do look expendable.
Should Savari stay back? Maybe watch the door since she's not here enough. Maybe. I don't know.
We're just going to assume she's going to follow you guys just because
cool.
It would be awkward if she got into a combat encounter while she's not here and no one else is.
Cool.
I usually wait until the next session where they're present to answer that question.
Makes sense. So what you doing?
We call this the Sky Protocol.
Yeah. So you're leaving Griff behind to watch the door, and is everyone now going to go through this crawl space? It does not look like it goes very far before it opens up into a larger room.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 feet.
If nobody is super eager to go first, I will go first, as I am now apparently expendable, marked in my knowledge in this contract. So we will.
Okay.
I was about to say, was it in your contract?
So Nispera leads the way, and then everyone else can follow him. As nothing terrible happens to him. Nispera, you climb out into a room that is about the same size as the room that you came from. This one's well lit. It's got no windows to the outside. There's in contrast to the rest of the house. This room looks to be in good condition. It's clean. It's got high quality furniture. It's not falling apart. There's a green rug on the floor of this room right in the center. Next to that, there's a desk and a chair set against the north wall. Sitting on the desk is a single lit candle. It's bright enough to illuminate the entire room.
So, given that the candle is lit, like actual fire, it's not, as far as I can tell, it is not like magical or anything. It's an actual fire source of fire.
See what would be a good check for that for you. Make a perception check.
Grab the flame.
Okay, nat 20 to a 23.
Okay. So it looks like a real flame. However, you notice that the wax is not melting at all, which does suggest that there is some magic involved here.
Well, I was just thinking that who leaves a lit candle on a desk if they've not been here recently or planning to return?
Right.
So that was my concern. So
Um,
I will
Now,
go further until everybody else comes in.
okay.
there's no reasonable way that someone who spends time in this room wouldn't know about the fireplace, right?
That seems to be. Do you mean the room that you came from, or the room that you're entering?
This room, the room that we're in now.
This seems to be the only entrance to this room.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah. And one last thing. Sitting on the desk as well, there is a polished rosy pink gemstone that's about palm sized.
wow. Okay.
Um, make an Arcana check on this. Okay. You've probably seen one before. This is an Eberron dragon shard. Specifically, it looks like this is a treated spell shard. Dragon shards are basically the fuel that keeps a lot of Eberron going. They come in different types and sizes and purities. Some are more rare and some are more common. This one looks very common. They can be used to create magical items. They can be ground up into dust to power enchantments or spells or anything like that. If there's something magical and interesting, you can be sure that a dragon shard will help it in some way. This one specifically looks like it is some kind of book. One would normally pick up this book, and holding it in your hand, it would just sort of magically project each page into your mind.
So it's functionally a spell book.
It could be.
Okay.
You can definitely use a spell shard as a spell book, yes. You can put mundane stuff in them as well, but yes, they function as spell books. If you want to use one as such.
Is it the
They
ledger of the
potentially are a
people?
spellbook. Okay.
Is it a ledger of all the people that came through here?
Well, is anyone going to attempt to pick it up and page through it? Okay. You pick it up and try to access this book, and nothing happens. These spell shards can be keyed with certain command words that will basically lock them until someone with that command word comes up. And you get the sense that this one is locked behind some sort of code word. There's definitely something in the spell shard, but you're going to need a password to get in, basically.
Wait, is there something inside it? Do you need it broken? Get to the center. Oh, never mind. I misunderstood what you were saying.
Durasco rules. Try that. That might work. I don't know. I'm just going off the handkerchief.
If you attempt that, it does not work.
Okay.
Try password 123.
God.
Yeah,
That sounds like
neither of those
something
work.
some idiot would have on their luggage.
Could I investigate the room if there's maybe somebody stupid enough to write it down somewhere?
Just keep it.
Sure.
Keep it. I'm sure you can examine it later.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
I'd like to take a look at the shard myself too.
12.
Okay. For that 12 perception check, looking around the room, yeah, there's not a lot else in here. It looks like it was just a small, very private secret study. It's clean enough that it's difficult to tell how much use it's seen recently. But given everything that the thugs told you, this doesn't seem like a room they used. So looking at that shard, Yuri, you can make an Arcana check as well if you want.
I'm specifically looking for anything that would prompt for a password or something like gives an idea of what shape the key is in, things like that. That's a crit.
Okay.
25.
Yeah. So you've probably dealt with some spell shards before too. It's waiting for a specific word. And without knowing that word, it's going to be very difficult to get in there.
Okay.
Grab a dictionary, start from the beginning. It's got to be.
Is there would there be any indication of who it belongs to?
Not really with the information you have right now, no.
Okay.
These things don't require attunement or anything like that. Nobody has left a maker's mark on that. If that's what you're looking for.
Okay. Well, guilds have their logos, and everybody be branding.
Yeah, there's definitely some magical runes etched on this that give it the enchantments, but there's no branding.
Okay.
There's no obvious house marking if you're looking for anything like that.
So I'll slip that in my pocket.
Okay.
We just need to find the password. It's locked up tight.
Anything in the desk or on the shelves anywhere other than the dragon shard?
Looking through the desk, you don't find anything else. No, it looks like it was just a candle and this one spell shard.
Is there a sleeping area here?
No sleeping area in here. No.
Okay, so it's like a study space.
Yes.
You said that green rug. Is that?
There's a green rug right in the center of the room. Yeah.
So it's a floor rug. It'd be pretty big, but do you think it has any resale value?
Oh no, it really ties the room together.
Are to be those guys that take the rug? Great.
it might be worth a few silver, sure, if you're hurting for coin.
Oh no, I just wanted to be able to lug a rug around and sell it. to
Is it a
somebody.
magic carpet? Please tell me we found a magic carpet.
Does not seem to be magical.
Ah, damn.
I was getting
We have checked underneath the rug. Eventually, there's going to be something underneath the rug.
Okay. If you check underneath this rug, there is in fact a trapdoor. It's not locked. It's very small. It's more like a cubby space. Inside of it is a small wooden crate. And inside that crate is a small supply of unrefined Eberron dragon shards. It's maybe 50 gold worth of dragon shards.
Well, that's significant.
And it's about the time when you're piecing through this crate. I think you should still actually be in range.
About 100 feet.
Yeah. And he communicates this message. I don't know if he speaks in just like words or what, but you get this message that there are two figures approaching the house from the outside right now. And it looks like they have probably noticed that the door is damaged because they are coming with weapons drawn.
All right, they're here and they know something's up.
I disguise self, but I look like I'm a little injured of that person. Like I was in a scuffle.
Okay.
And I go through the little thing to get back into the other room. And it'll dramatically be on the stairs, like got them out of the door.
What's everyone else doing while you see Miradar do this?
All right, when I see her take the illusion of the one that is here, okay, we can do it like that, and I'll cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Oh god. Calls me goes invisible. Now I gotta deal with this.
How can I protect him?
I give a big sniff in his general direction. Damn it. Magic blocks that too.
Just stay here and wait for this to go wrong.
Yeah, it is me, girl.
I am only a breath away.
Should I go? Should I stay? Should I go? Should I stay?
Up to you.
I'm gonna go and try to be a little sneaky about it. I want to see who these people are.
And while they're all doing that, I'm gonna go sit at the desk with my feet up on the desk. You know, it's like, what the hell am I gonna do right now? It's like, yeah, he's gone invisible. Like, check his ass now.
I'll go through the tunnel last, so nobody bumps into my invisible ass.
Okay. Anna, why don't you make a stealth check then, as you are attempting to conceal yourself in the room?
9.
Okay. Good. So Miradar.
Well, they didn't get the prize, so I can at least go off of that.
Miradar, you disguised as this woman are sort of coming down the stairs with the best of your acting ability. Bless you.
Yeah, bless you.
As these two figures, sort of, one of them like pushes open the door with a sword, and then they both step inside.
You're late.
Something kept us up. Boss took a little bit longer preparing the last one. What happened to the door?
Well, while you fools were not here, a bunch of outsiders, some necromancer guy was in here and just ripped. I don't know. It's the only thing I can remember. It's the necromancer guy.
I'm invisible, so she won't see me. Take a bow.
I came in and took the charge. Well, what she's so special about? Do you have competition?
I don't know. I just take her over to the lab. What? You're saying you lost her?
They came in. Whoever comes to and from, it's used to. Who the hell was following you?
They didn't follow us. We've been back on the other side of the district for days. Boss won't even let us out of the house. He's not going to be happy.
Oh, he's not going to be happy. I can't wait to tell him what you've done.
Yeah, I think you should tell him.
Shit.
Why don't you come with us?
Yes, I can do. Yeah, right. I can't wait to tell him. And all of that jazz. Oh dear. She probably would panic at this point because she does not want to go with the crazy people.
Yeah, they are both holding their swords very menacingly.
Yeah.
One of them is going to approach you and attempt to grab you now.
Cool. Then, as a reaction, if he's physically going for me, then I will do acid splash in his face.
Okay. So that means it's initiative roll time.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Another nat 20.
So it was boss, other side of town. It was a lab. Writing down all the keywords.
Okay. 4 with a 20.
I have rolled
no,
2 nat 20s in a row.
Hey.
I haven't.
No, remember? Was it? I think it was 2 weeks ago. Nobody could roll over a 9 with that
Oh my
roller.
God.
We've had a bunch of bad nights.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, initiative rolls are good for once. Nespora, you would go first, but you're sort of in the other room kicking your feet up.
Yeah. So when I hear the noise going on, then my option would be to stand up and then make my way. But obviously, I'm going to be spending my movement going down, crawling through, and coming back up. So.
Okay. Yeah. So you'll be entering that room pretty much on your next turn. So we're gonna go to second, which is Anna. You're there, sort of very ill concealed in the room, but they were pretty focused on Miradar and did not see you.
Sorry, I just completely forgot everything that I was gonna do for a second. Man, I don't know that I want to break my hiding yet. But you know, we're gonna. Which one did I want to use? I don't even remember now. I'm gonna just firebolt one of them. I'm gonna step out of my hiding place. I had something in my hiding place and firebolt one of them. Probably the one that's closest to I'm never gonna remember names. This early in the campaign, it's just not gonna happen.
Just say that lady.
That lady
over there.
Half orc, right?
Yeah, that works.
Half orc. There we go.
Half orc. Work.
Half the time, I have to look
18 to
over
hit.
here where I have the character sheet tabs. Remember names.
Okay. A 15 will hit.
That's 10 damage.
Okay.
And I've made it a point not to know any names in this game. On purpose.
On brand.
Okay. Yeah, that person just sort of looks over in surprise as you pop out and firebolt right to the face. He staggers back.
Looks like you found
her. Yuri, you're up next. Invisibly.
No,
wait, I'm sorry.
well,
Miradar. I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I rolled badly.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe he did. Okay.
No.
So it was acid splash to the face.
Yes, go with your acid splash.
So it's Dex 13 saving throw.
Okay.
They're gonna be Dexy. I know they are.
Are they? Not really.
Oh, okay. I'll take them.
just because they're criminals doesn't mean they're rogues.
I know it's a bad habit I gotta break. Quite some dredging.
And they get a 10, so roll damage.
Sweet. That will be a 3 for some, what did I say, acid damage? Yes,
Yep.
acid damage. Yep.
Okay. That leaves him worse for wear. Starts eating through his leather armor. Now he's gonna go and attack you.
Fun.
He
Hello.
makes 2 melee attacks. First one is an 18. I assume that's gonna hit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's gonna be 6 slashing damage.
6. Okay.
Second attack is a natural 1. So that one's he's just gonna sink his sword right into the wall next to you. The second of the thugs is going to turn towards Anna and say, "Hey, she's here after all." And he's going to approach Anna. First attack is a 13 to hit.
Hello? Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
It will miss. 16.
Okay. Second attack then. That's even lower. So he slashes at you, and you just sort of like stumble back out of the attacks.
Yeah, there's no grace in this dodging.
And that finally brings us to Yuri.
Okay. The one who attacked Anna. Was that the one that got the acid splash?
No. The one that got the
Okay.
acid splash and the firebolt is the one that's going after Miradar.
Okay. Then that one, I would like to Ray of Sickness him in the back.
Okay.
And I should have advantage because I'm invisible.
Sure. Okay, yeah, that's just an attack roll.
Yeah. Uh, 17 to hit.
That will hit.
All right, then he's gonna take 15 damage.
Okay,
And
that's
if he
enough.
survives that, he'll.
He does not survive that.
Okay.
You can see these black veins just sort of like run through his face, and he just collapses down on the ground dead.
Yeah, like those black veins, like all come to like one point, and then that glob of spirit energy just flies back to me, and would heal me if I had taken damage.
I told you there was a necromancer. He listens to me.
Okay. Unless you have any bonus actions there, it is now Nispera's turn. And Nispera, you've just crawled out of that crawl space back into the room.
Yeah.
The only other thing I'd like to do is I'd like to draw my sword and advance over towards the other one to make sure they're not running.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's only one guy left. I will just I'll make my way over there. I will attempt a halberd strike. I don't even have to get as close to do that.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, wait 1 second. Because I don't think an 11 is going to be good enough, and I believe I can use my channel divinity to gain a +10 bonus to hit, and since we had the short rest, that reset, so that will give me a 21 to hit.
The 21 will definitely hit.
Okay. $13 points of damage.
Okay. That's a pretty good hit on him, but he's still standing. Anything else from you, or are we moving on to Anna?
I need to. Okay, so that's an action. Just want to make sure that one. Yeah. Okay, so that is also an action. Okay, nope, I'm all set. Nothing else I can do.
Okay,
Right?
Anna, you're up.
He's like right in my face, correct? Yes.
He was coming for you, yeah.
I'm gonna attempt to do a burning hands. It's Dex 13 save, so probably gonna miss, but you know.
Okay. Yeah, that should be. You should miss Yuri and Nispera, because Nispera has the halberd and Yuri
Oh,
sort
yeah, it's
of.
a cone, right? I forgot it was a cone.
It is a cone, yeah, but it should be okay.
I don't care. Hit me
You'll
with.
get a look.
Dex save. He saves this one.
Yeah, I figured.
But that should still be half damage, I think, for burning hands. Or
I think it's a first level spell, so yeah.
Half, yeah. Oh, I hit the cast button twice instead of actually rolling for the damage. 12, so he's gonna take 6.
6. Okay, that is still enough to burn him to death.
Whoops.
He just ignites and falls back, a charred corpse, leaving both of them dead.
Probably shouldn't
Well,
have
that
killed both of
escalated
them.
quickly. Search that one before any evidence burns.
Okay. No need to roll an investigation check on this one. As you go through his belongings, he didn't have anything valuable on him except you pull out of his pocket something that was miraculously completely undamaged by the fire.
Oh.
A small palm-sized stone with some sort of arcane rune etched into it. Not a spell shard this time.
Let's,
Is it our password to open the
Yes.
book? That's the
Does
thing.
does not look like it is anything password related,
Okay.
as far as you can tell.
Okay. Can I identify what it is?
You can make an Arcana check on this one. I'm going to give you advantage on this one because of something you said earlier.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Yuri, when you were trying to suss out what the password might be for unlocking that spell shard, you were thinking there may be a physical key to it. This definitely looks like it is made to be a physical key to something. So you found a key to a lock that you haven't discovered yet, you think?
Okay. So this looks like a key. But we're not going to get any information out of them. I lack that knowledge for now.
I was going to ask you that. I'm still looking like the other person. Like I'm still.
Can we'll check the other one for like body markings, like the one that hasn't been burned up, for like tattoos or like.
Hold that thought.
Address
I
book.
kicked the body because he cut me.
Oh yeah.
Proceed. Please go.
So you're actually bleeding, or are you the only one?
I was yeah, he hit me. Yeah. Well, no, he hit me at the one time. So yeah.
So I just like I just you get a big dragon paw like on your shoulder, boom, just like taps, and then it just pat. But then you just feel like the I give you about what?
I think it was it 6 hit points. I think it was 6.
I can spare 6. Yeah,
Oh,
I'll heal you for 6, and then, but I won't say anything. I'll just like, boom, tap you with it, and walk on to look at the body.
Good talk.
Okay. Make an investigation check on this body.
That's a 10. I got a plus -1.
No valuables on this body either. No stone either. It looks like they only had 1 between the 2 of them. No identifying marks or anything like that. They were wearing plain leather armor. They had a standard issue looking sword. Nothing really identifying about them at all, except for the fact that like it just looks like standard issue stuff. Nothing really fancy.
Are they elves as well, or no?
They're
Are they-
humans. Both
They're
of them are
human.
humans.
Well, you all heard them. So there was a boss. They were across district. There's a lab.
Ugh.
Where could I go? Should I see the plans where a lab might be? What could they
I would
be
like
in
to.
a lab for? I look at Anna. like I'm studying.
Well,
Your guess is about as good as mine.
Okay. So when you guys were questioning the
You're-
others, they said they weren't kidnapping, right?
Anna, is your mark visible?
No.
Okay.
The two thugs said they weren't kidnapping, but it was kind of that, like
Well, I
it
don't think
wasn't
Yeah.
technically kidnapping because she came to us and we locked her in a room.
but I also don't think
Right.
it's kidnapping
Morgana guy.
for labor. It seems to me like they're picking particular people, and I would imagine, not knowing why, here's my theory, they were going to use you for components for something, just like bits and pieces of you.
Oh.
That happens sometimes.
When you say that, I just go like flat out like pale and have to sit down for a second.
Question. Would I know that aberrant dragon marks, like, would they harvest them to create dragon shards?
No, that's
Okay.
not really. No,
I was
dragon
just curious.
shards.
Oh.
Dragon shards are typically. It depends on what type of dragon shard it is. They have different sources. The kind that you guys found in the back room, the Eberron dragon shards, are pretty much just mined out of the ground usually. In fact, your house
Yeah, that's
has
what I was just
gotten
curious.
into the business of exporting that stuff. So yeah,
I wouldn't. Yeah. I wouldn't expect any of the dragon mark houses to be involved in anything as unseemly as live dissection. But that doesn't mean someone else wouldn't be interested in that.
But aren't those isn't that symbol? I heard you guys talking. I don't know, but isn't that symbol like
It is
medical? You said
That is
something
true. Yes.
like
Well, House Jurassico would be the least likely to do that, at least my opinion.
Mm.
Um,
And they possibly could make all the, because they said they looked like the people were mauled, all the murders. Is that what?
Yeah, all of the murders that you were investigating looked like they had been mauled by some sort of creature. It didn't look like they were attacks by other people, which is why they were being investigated, because people are easy to deal with than some sort of monster.
Was it more of, well, I guess I would only read the autopsy. I didn't actually go see the body. So were they in like similar patterns? Would I've seen that, like the same parts of their body, or was it just all different types of mangled?
Similar patterns in that they all looked like it was an animal or monster attack.
Okay.
Does
I was
the
just curious.
displacer beast fit the attack profile?
That would be. I'm not sure if that would really be one of your expertises to make that determination, Miradar. But looking at its claws and what you've heard described, it could fit the profile. Yes.
There must be more of them than just the one here. Because if they were keeping one as a pet.
No, it only takes one.
I mean,
would I know anything? No, meaning in terms of like, are they part of like a pack or whatever? Like, would they have a group of them or something like that?
no. Look at something my size, right? I could gladly have eaten several of your victims in a short period of time.
Are
Whereas,
you confessing? Just curious.
no, I'm just saying that beast upstairs can have quite an appetite.
True.
And it's not like you got to finish any of the meals. You had bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something that's a good.
Plus,
So it might not have even been hunting for food. It might have been tasked to attack.
that is a good question.
That's kind of what I assumed was going on with it. They had an entrained attack animal.
If that is true, would it not like respond to commands?
I mean, theirs.
Yes, but if you find the right words, I can make it work for us. At least until we turn it over to the authorities.
Uh-huh.
This is more than just a cat upstairs.
Yes, but I mean,
Oh, yeah.
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 We
You
have
can have the pet. It's fine. I know. I can't really do much with him.
no.
So-
I mean, we have to get it to the authorities somehow, and it's either I carry it knocked out, or we have people come.
He's aware it is
do
a
it.
What you're
Right.
referring to is what I like to call a later problem.
No, I think it's pretty much a now problem, sir. We have a contract, but that thing is not going to stay unconscious forever. I mean, I could make it stay unconscious for a lot longer if we need it, but it's going to wake up
Kill
soon.
it.
well. I mean,
I didn't say kill it.
Don't kill it.
well, if you
You're
could
looking-
train it,
You're
Would
looking
it know-
backwards. We need you to be looking forwards.
the future.
So, yeah, is there any way we can determine where these guys were coming from?
Yes, we have an advantage. They don't know that they're dead. So
Yeah, Meridar, really all that you got out of them before you
Yeah.
killed them was that wherever they were coming from was on the other side of the district, which suggests that it is in the Gates of Gold.
okay.
So that's the district's a pretty decently large
But
area.
anyone that would have been like, what's it, that apothecary
be-
or something,
it
or
would
like
be
alchemy?
too
Like, there's
large.
a lab. So, do I know of any labs in that area, or like where they means of?
Labs, any garage with the right equipment.
Yeah.
true.
Anything in a place that's as squalid as the Gates of Gold
Hmm.
would pretty much be a bootleg operation.
Okay.
It could be anywhere.
If I could find, I guess, Jurassic, if like anyone owns property there, if I could find that as a way in some, if that's just a thing to go off.
Meridar, you might actually have an answer to this.
Okay.
You have the Mark of Finding. It's your. It's basically your gift to be able to find things.
I'd have to think of an object that they would have there because I locate objects, so I don't know. But I'd have to have seen the thing to do locate object. So
Right.
but I was about to say, because if I could use that key, I'm sure it's for the other place. That's the door. And if I don't know,
Oh, that actually might be effective. If you cast locate object while holding the key, looking for the lock it fits,
yeah, because they're made
you
together.
might be able. You might be able to work that.
So, yeah, I'll do that. Over the Gates of Gold.
Are you going to do it right now, or are you going to head? Because you need to be within 1,000 feet,
yeah,
which is
so
a
that's
pretty
Yeah.
large area.
Yeah.
I
But
would get into. I wouldn't do it yet. But I would definitely say, well, I certainly don't want to go alone. We happen to have
Yeah,
a really great rapport here.
if we can narrow it down just a little bit, that should get us the rest of the way.
I have a question for you, boss. That symbol at the front of the door of this place, would it have any means of like alerting people, like logging that we were here?
I'm not certain if I was aware of that symbol before now, so I'm going to go take a look at it.
yeah. It looks like a very crudely crafted metal ornamentation of a black and blue dragon. There's nothing about it that looks particularly magical. In fact, magical items rarely degrade like this one does.
Yeah.
It looks like this was a mark someone put up as a sign. As far as some sort of like magical alarm or anything like that, you're not getting any sort of evidence that it would.
Okay, so this is the equivalent of throwing a pair of sneakers over a power line.
That's definitely possible.
Or marking a tree with three hash marks,
Yeah.
so that you can know where you're coming from.
Okay, so if we were going to do kind of like a walking tour of the district, looking for stuff like that symbol. Would that be an all-day thing or a multi-day thing?
If you were going to go around and do a looking by foot, all around the district for these kinds of little dragon symbols, that would be probably several days.
Okay.
Make our own pub crawl. Just look for this one.
Now, if Miradar uses her dragon mark, she's limited to how many times she can do that, but that would definitely help narrow it down quite a bit.
I mean, yeah, they got to have some other type of. If they've got that marker, I would be a little surprised if it was the only one.
Should I be looking for that one on the other side, or the key there?
It's your trick. I don't know how it works any better than you do.
Well, I only can do it once a day, so if I try it
Okay.
today and I don't find it, that's one thing.
So it lasts for about 10 minutes and has a range of 1,000 feet.
Yes.
So is there any parts of the district that we can exclude as unlikely?
That's a good question. Given what you guys know, I would say that the side of the district that heads towards Precarious, basically the way that you guys came from the lift, would be less likely because you're already kind of on that side of the district. They made it sound like they had come all the way across the district. So it would be probably in the opposite direction.
Okay, so if we go to the opposite corner, what would we find there? Like neighborhood-wise, is it the same kind of things exactly, or is there something?
As far as the Gates of Gold itself, yeah, it would be the same kind of squalor that you would find here.
Okay.
You would be getting, it would probably actually get worse. You would be getting closer to a district known as Fallen, which is it was a district that was basically abandoned after a terrorist attack in the last war.
Okay.
There's no, like, if the people that are living in the slums here are desperate, like, Fallen is just like no man's land.
Okay, yeah, and that's where the that's beyond the reach of the guards too.
They will not go there. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's where we have to start our search, is over there.
It's out of the way, and people that have gone missing, and we'll look for them there.
What is it? What is it you're looking for exactly? You're just looking for the solution to those murders back here.
Well, yes, it's my first assignment, actually. Really excited.
Okay.
Yes, I have to. Just a lot of what he was showing up. Baron's not liking it so much, and yeah, trying to. Yeah.
So
that said, Miradar, this is not part of the case you've been assigned, but you told me that you were very interested in researching cults of the dragon below. And you did sort of identify the dragon on the door as possibly being a very crude icon of Kyber.
Yeah.
So that may or may not pique your personal interest.
And things like Kyber cultists would probably be found in that Fallen section more than anywhere else.
You could find almost anything down there that is trying to avoid being found. Yes.
Yeah, that's good cult territory, right?
Yes, well, especially with experiments and stuff. I definitely think so. Yes.
I just have one more thing that I want to do. Nobody will stop me. I will pick up those bodies and I will drag them upstairs and throw them in with the kitty. Kitty's got to have food.
Okay.
And we got to get rid of bodies that we don't need.
If nobody stops Dispora from doing this, there is There's like a growling and a hissing as Nispar opens the door, and then, without
You're making
waiting
a
for anything
friend.
else to happen, he just chucks the corpses in and closes the door.
I mean,
I mean,
it's probably
NPC
better
pet,
than
yes.
leaving. It's probably better than leaving two corpses, like one half burnt, half melted with acid
mean,
in the middle of the floor.
technically they're property of the state after they die, so I guess that's just theft.
No, we're kind of just, we're cleaning up. If anything, I won't say anything.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me.
I mean, that would also get you executed in Carnath, wasting good bodies. But
Oh, they're not
Did
being
you want to
wasted.
raise them?
well, yeah,
they're-
if you waste one, you will provide one.
Oh.
That is
Uh,
very.
they're not being wasted. They are keeping that
Pragmatic?
thing in there and fed, so it is not out there killing more people, causing more problems.
You can justify it any way you like. I understand.
Well,
Okay.
oh, yeah, go.
No, go ahead if you have something else to add.
Well, I was coming here looking for that, and we got a big old party that we did find out. But did you find what you were looking for? Or is that still up in the air?
I have not.
But would you like to share?
They have.
We don't have to do a contract and tell me that. That's fine. Now, this one will be free of charge. You've been helping me.
I was looking for some more esoteric information, and I have not seen anything here stranger than Anna.
I'm very
We all turned
uncomfortable
over
with
there.
that statement.
Well, dear, you are fascinating. I'm going to say.
I am
Would you like to
the
join us?
I have little else to do.
Yes. Next time, don't look for that weird house. It's not really real. Don't do it. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
Stick around with me. If depending upon how you're doing, we can possibly talk to my house. I mean, if that's the thing you're looking to be joining.
Not
Among the
very
many things about Anna that are intriguing is the fact that she doesn't want revenge. Like, seriously?
I'm not
now
playing
you
Blaze
killed Jeff.
here.
I know, it's just like not wanting revenge is it. I don't understand that. So
Okay.
I feel obligated to revenge on your behalf now. Like,
So on that note, where are you guys headed next? Are you going to head over towards the edge of the district and on where it borders Fallen to try to discover this right now?
do we have any reason to delay? I'm
The length of our
I'm running about
yeah.
yeah. I'm running about a half charge on my spell ability.
You do know these two people were dispatched to pick up Anna. They will be missed after too much time.
Yes, we can.
And
It's free con.
I don't think we're going to get great results waiting for a third person to search what's going on. They'll probably just cut this place off the network.
Yeah.
That is true.
Okay.
Should we burn it down? We can take the kitty. Don't worry, we're not going to leave it up there.
I was about to get
here's the
extremely
thing.
sad.
But
I just look like fire and then look all the way up the tower.
But here's the
No.
answer. Like, really, I helped you guys. So if someone comes here, our friend the beast upstairs gets the blame for those murders because he's going to eat those things down to the bone.
Maybe he'll be well fed when they show up. It's not my problem.
Oh, I thought he wanted a kitty. That's why I said we could take him, but that's all right.
No, during this contract, I will not do anything to jeopardize the health of my subject.
Oh, your subject.
Yeah.
You went from boss to subject.
Well, I'm expendable. What do I know?
Yeah, I think just searching that area. And if we don't find anything on the initial search, it might be worth calling it a night, grabbing a rest, and trying the second day before we go any deeper beyond this district.
Okay. Well, let's see how you guys do then. So, Leaving the house in whatever condition it is after you are done with it, with the cat upstairs with the corpses and the door mostly broken.
But also
Mostly dead.
mostly closed.
Yes. You guys make your way across the slums towards the far side. Now, once you get to a point where you feel like you have covered a good distance, Miradar,
Mhm.
this locate object ability from your dragon mark, what are you going to choose to look for?
I don't know what to do. I like the idea of the key because we can at least do a perception check and look for the symbol itself. So I just feel like it'll be a little bit more specific with the key. So
Okay.
I'll use that to try to find its partner. So I know.
So you have the key up close. You can definitely use locate object to see if there's anything else in the area within 1,000 feet, provided it is not blocked by a certain amount of whatever.
Hmm.
So why don't you roll me a D100 on that?
Holy shnikes. Okay, fun times. Where is that present data? Okay. Roll. 79.
Okay, 79. At first, nothing pings, and you've got 10 minutes, so you guys are sort of like doing a canvas, walking from street to street.
I'm like this, so they're nope. Like a
Um,
dividing.
And then something picks up right at the fringe at that 1,000 feet, pointing you in a direction. It's definitely something related to this key. That's as far as you can tell. If you head in that direction, you go for a couple minutes, however long it takes you to cover that 1,000 feet. You're honing in on it. And what you come up to is this ramshackle one-story building that does not seem to have an entrance. You sort of do a circle on it, and there are just no doors at all, just walls. But your locate object right before it goes out is pointing you right towards this building.
Found it. Oh. Don't know where to put this thing. But
Yeah, there's a couple of options. A tunnel that comes in from another nearby building.
Mm.
Illusion covered doors. Stuff like that.
Would that stone like make the door appear if there was?
put it out against the.
I just don't know. I'm
Honestly,
asking.
throwing a stone through an illusion usually breaks it.
With my luck, I probably
I
lose this. I don't
mean,
want to try.
Could you use that like you said if an illusion, like could just bringing the stone near it make it appear so you could open it and go in?
Yuri, based on that
Theoretically.
Arcana roll you made earlier, yeah, it could certainly do that.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Because I mean, I can get in there if you really want me to get in there. Just
We did see that with the other. Yes. Yeah, we quite know. Yes.
yeah, it's too early to Kool-Aid Man this.
So, are you going to act on that theory then, Miradar?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Well, wait. Before I do it, I guess I will look for the dragon symbols if that's anywhere, like the Kyber, just in case it happens to be in the area.
Make a perception check then on that.
I'll be on the lookout for those.
And also, too, if anyone's watching us, that as well. Yeah.
And yeah, anyone who's looking for that can make that roll.
Oh no. 7. Nobody's watching us. We're fine.
Yeah, looking around, nobody has noticed. Like, you guys have been sort of keeping your eyes open like the whole way through, even without the locate object, and nothing like that. You haven't noticed anything like that. This building that the locate object pointed you towards doesn't have any doors or windows at all. It's just a mysterious structure that they clearly don't want people poking around him, and there's nothing hanging from it either.
Well,
I guess we're just gonna have to walk the perimeter
do that
and hope for the best.
It out. Should I disguise myself as one of the gentlemen, just in case? So I could say I brought you in. I just, well, I could say that you're coming to talk to boss. But I didn't study him very well, so it might be shite. So,
Might be a little. I
That
look at
worked out
myself.
so well.
well, at least I got a little information we would have gotten here. By the way.
Okay, so I think we can probably decide on disguises next time. But for now, you guys take that key and you're sort of holding it as you walk the perimeter outside this building. And when you get to the south side of the building, you're just sort of walking by the wall. And as you approach a particular section of the wall, this door just sort of materializes out of nothing. And it looks like it is reacting to that key. And I think that's probably where we should leave it for now. So we'll pick it up next time. It will not be next week probably, because that should be the Humblewood, unless Nick can't do it. So hopefully the week after next, we will be back here to see where this goes from here. I would sign out, but I'm the one who doesn't have anything to sign out with. So I'll just hand it over to I don't know, Lauren. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Lauren. You can find me at the Splittering on Twitter, and I also hang out in Discord sometimes when I actually look. Sorry, I'm terrible. Kevin.
You're missing all the good memes.
I know I am. I do see. I'm like, oh man, but that's something to say out here. But your turn, Kev.
Yeah, Evil Sales Ass on Twitter. I complain about work and other things, but mostly work. And yeah, I'm kind of nursing my WandaVision theories getting blown to pieces. So that's going to take a little bit of time to come to grips with. But I'm sure I'll have a whole new bunch of inaccurate theories by about week 3 of Falcon Winter Soldier. So then I guess Derek.
You can find me on Twitter at Dark Awesome, and find me on the Discord channels and Sunday nights, Friday, Sunday nights games. So that's really all, Jess.
Alrighty, you can find me at Sweet Ninetails on Twitter and the Instagrams. I always love how I say the Instagram every single time. Don't know why.
It's your brand.
You're weirdly consistent about it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You'll see me here Sunday, and then Monday. I'm not in Humblewood, so you won't see me Friday. Assuming Humblewood is a thing. But anyways, I do believe that is it for the night, unless anybody has anything else to say, except join our Discord down below. Do that.
Yep. And then shut it down.
Good night, everybody.